epistemology, this green movement, really try to sustain life, as apparently so many people are left from this progress, from this movement to try to establish a better relation with the nature and culture. So we might try to maybe understand that this sustainable development, also that we didn't hear the name today, which normally is this moment created this epistemology, this sustainability that we use everywhere. We didn't use this name, and apparently maybe because there is a failure regarding this movement, and a failure regarding those people who are left over, but also about the project we are producing so many years. There is lots of controversies regarding the project who finally didn't really improve the better relation with nature and culture. So I think if we may consider the sustainable development is over, as we are mainly to think about it, we need to consider if we need to sustain some moment, as we think today from this era, some component might be able to be sustained. There is some very good information, some very good element. We need to get back to the foundation of this movement in order, maybe as we heard at the very first presentation, not to continue this shallow ecology. Why today there is so much conflict about this sustainable development? Because apparently we just continue a certain kind of production who was not at the beginning of the sustainable development. So if we may consider why we may consider as in modernity there is a beginning and an end, maybe in the post-sustainable development, but there is also some very good things that we need to maintain, that we need to consider this is not a bad situation, even there is some many green roof and many nice projects, but we need to maintain this project because basically we try to sustain the autochthonous, the indigenous. We need to try to understand why we are very different, we have very different culture, and this is what was about the sustainable development. We try to take it and if I think it's important, especially today, if this is the end of an era, we need to make what I call the political philosophy of landscape, a study about the social, political, ethical, or scientific construction of this phenomenon produced so much to understand why today we are highly criticized, us experts of environmental planning, not by the new generation, people who study today, but mainly by the civil society who may consider that we are worse than the former generation. And we might be able to understand how can we explain, for example, such a green urbanism that we have in Seoul, and what we may call the new Wanhamun. This is a very nice green urbanism with a nice water sheet, with a green corridor with a view of Bukhansan, with a very sexy cafe and everything. But it's the very right place of what exactly the sustainable development was supposed to protect. We were supposed not to repeat the modernity, not the tabula rasa, as we saw before. We were supposed to react against this movement. And this is why exactly we have a certain problem with the sustainable development and why many people complain about all this production of green roof and ecological architecture who seems to produce the same movement as modernity. So in fact, I think it's interesting, through all the projects we heard here, in companies, in universities, or in many projects, the narrative that what we are trying to say, but also what we are trying to believe. Because I am the child of the sustainable development. I believe in, I finally doubt about those narratives, but finally exactly when you buy rice, or you buy the bread, you do sustainable development. You accept to work for such a narrative. So it's very interesting to understand why here, finally, we might be able to have a very nice moment in a green area, but exactly in the exact opposition of what this green urbanism and landscape architecture was supposed to do. This is not only in Korea. There was a couple of months ago, Kota Kinabalu trying to take some rest in this very nice landscape architecture when we have a good balance of nature and culture, where in between those resorts here in Kota Kinabalu, but the very first settlement, those people who showed us the quality of this relation of human nature architecture, but have a very different way to understand the environment. So those people try to understand that why this sustainable development, all this ecological architecture we produce, have a very different impact of people. And why exactly apparently we repeat the same environmental injustice was exactly as the end of the modernity. It was exactly why all this ecological architecture, all this environmental ethics was supposed to stop. So this is in this narrative that we need to understand why in fact we continue the same story. We start with the clubs of Rome, who gather in 68, and when they try to warn us about the problem of this management, we all know this story. They gather in 68, a couple of years after they produce these books that we all also know, but never really produce an impact. So it was very complicated for us experts to translate this degrowth movement in a project. Was in fact mainly the beginning of all the environmental ethics, and with Arness, and we got this just before the shallow ecology. It was all this warning, we finally produced a certain kind of warning, a better understanding of the ecological architecture, but it was very complicated for us experts to translate this warning in a project, and finally 15 years later came up with the Bible of what we call the neoliberal ecology, the Bible of mainly of the green ecology. This green economy, this is what we use today, in fact, to excuse in fact, the same production of green capitalism, the same production of greenery, we do not exactly respect the first commitment of the environmental ethics and the degrowth movement by people who finally produce the same insane project with absolutely no idea how to grow a salad, why a soil is more dedicated than another one for the agriculture or for housing, and why, in fact, finally, we can produce a lot of green architecture, but without any effect on why exactly, but we have a different era today called Anthropocene or AC. Using the same kind of speculation, we have 1,000 of new products who finally work in the same system of this capitalistic speculation that we need to destroy a certain environment, like in Finland, we need to destroy it to be able to set a new area, a new project. And this is why we are at the end of the sustainable development. This is why, in fact, all those projects are very interesting, but finally continue the same process, because at the anniversary of Rio, 4 years ago already, those civil society from everywhere in the world warned us, the experts of planning, that we might be worse than the former generation, because in fact we know what's engaged in this project. We know the dangerosity of such speculation. We know, in fact, we might be able to be more cynical than the former generation. So this is what today we might consider that those environmental ethics raised 40 years ago are completely against all this production of landscape architecture, of environmental architecture. And this is the side effect. I will talk about the good side effect of this sustainable development, but this is what we have today. This is what we have to face, the environmental resistance. People who consider that in fact they are the leftover of this development, as it was before, as the environmental justice was raised in the 70s because black, poor, and some people always has to suffer about a certain kind of environment. We produce exactly the same effect today, and this is what we have in Pimacon or Chambéchamp or anyone. So in France we did that 100 years ago. We destroyed everything in France, so we know exactly why we should not repeat the same thing. I could show you, France is all about destruction. The problem is through the sustainable development, we continue the same process. So this is today our legacy. This is what the next generation have to consider in order not to repeat the same kind of economy. But this is not the worst. And this is what we have to face us, but the next generation have to face what we call the economy of fear. You know this movie. And you know what we call the Anthropocene, the fact that we are at a new era. We are after the Holocene, in a new era. We are what we do with the Mad Max movie. This is what we are at a moment when the human have a very important geological factor. We change the world so much that apparently we have to do something. Well, we have to stop completely. We have to stop all those kind of ecological architecture, remove everything. How? So we have to continue. And this is the worst coming up today. This is what we call the geoengineering. All those people who finally consider as if we are so strong to change the world in a bad effect, but it cannot be done exactly like with the limits of growth, technically speaking, for us, because we will be out of the progress of this economy. But if we change the world so much, then we can continue. And this geoengineering finally proposed a lot of different factors for those engineers who didn't want, you remember 10 years ago, they didn't want to come around the table to talk about ecology, to talk about new paradigm. But today, with the anthropocene, they may consider, okay, we may be part of it, but we extend the growth instead of reducing what it was apparently impossible to do with the capitalism. Using keywords and epistemology raised with the degrowth movement, presumably against the global warming, producing insane geoengineering, polluting the universe after being polluting the ocean with the space factor, polluting the water because of the evaporation, producing in fact some new technology. When finally here this is the problem of evaporation, maybe certainly in 10 years they won't have any necessity of water because nobody will be able to grow any salad in the countryside because of the free lake. Those geoengineering, this is the extreme bad side effect of the sustainable development. This is what in this edition, already 4 years ago, what we call the post-Kyoto Protocol, when the president of the World Resources told us that nothing who is produced today have a scientific meaning or meaning. So this is all recuperation from scientific people who finally have no environmental concept. This is the very scary effect of this supposedly environmentally friendly architecture. But there is another effect which is much more complicated to sustain, much more complicated to grasp. This is visible in those biophilic cities that we see everywhere in the world. Brazil, Venezuela, Norway, and this is visible here. So I think everybody here, technically speaking, this is a documentary that we used to show a lot. In this nature city, when they show very good sustainable cities all around the world, but not from a landscape architecture or environmental feature perspective, but from social link perspective. This is two professors who finally work on the social link, and this is what I consider is the best heritage, the best legacy of the sustainable development. How much it helped us to reconsider, to restore the social link, who might be able to sustain any project. This is what we have already in the bank group of Detroit, where they do not try to present new agriculture or new alternative agriculture for people to be able to cook by themselves, but know how this new relation to the roots, to the maybe American tradition of agriculture, help people to reconnect themselves and understand what could be the future of this community. Or what we have in the suburbs of Paris, the Euro Paris, this is fantastic, in the suburbs, this is a nightmare. And here that there is cooperative farming for new sustainability. Because the problem is communities are completely in change, and this cooperative help people to restore the link to understand the meaning for them to stay or not to stay in such area. In the abandoned environment, we find some urban gardening saying, do not produce an alternative agriculture, but just help people to understand what to do here and how to be Korean and how, in fact, how to live in Korea in a better way. Not because it's bad or good, but because we are just disconnected. So we need to find some trick. This is what the philosopher Roston Sui, this is why environmental ethics is so important. Who told us since the beginning the problem was the sustainable development, but finally the development. Since the beginning we try to extend there is a problem of development. So what we need is is a sustainable biosphere. As long as we understand the link of the component inside the biosphere, this is possible to do. This is what Pierre Lévy, philosopher from Tunisia, North Africa, explained. If there is a science we need to create, but this is the science we make, we restore the social life. This is the one who may be able to sustain any project. This was a decision I think we had one of the designer of Milan. This is a fantastic architectural and landscape architecture project, but much more than that. This is where, in fact, we see young Korean people who really enjoy being Korean, who start to restore the look of being Korean, and not just to spend money, not to express anger, but just being naturally in Seoul without any problem, without any stress. This is what this kind of landscape architecture is about. I'm French. I used to work a lot in Japan. I work a lot also in Korea. So maybe sometimes I show some project and the similarities of Korean projects and Japanese one. I will not show you the Korean one. I wanted to show 3 Japanese projects. In fact, it's too short. So I will just show you one. There is the other one in the proceeding. I will just show you one. Not to show the similarity because this is the same, but just to show because everywhere in the world we have the same concept. What happened in Japan and Korea, finally, not because each other see what they are doing, but finally the same kind of technology happened at the same time. This is a strict qualification. The more that we can, as we know the young line, we can understand how the similarity is and how tangible landscape is otherwise the intangible social need, which might be able to sustain any project of architecture or landscape architecture. So this is about the public participation and environmental mediation. This is what we also saw in the presentation. This is a place where there is a shrine who develop, in fact, his own cities. There is a relation to the cities and the shrine. And finally, because of the tourism influence, the engineer created a new access and a new parking. And finally, because of the traffic in the area, killed, in fact, the city itself. So the city depends on the shrine, and finally, on the tourism accessibility, the city is today completely inaccessible for the pedestrian, and also inaccessible for the city. And also because there is nobody, in fact, the need of restaurant and daily life and activities in the city disappear. So finally, much more we have touristic accessibility in the city, much more the city will disappear. So what the engineers do, and you know what the engineers are, they are painter planners, they do things in their computers, they never go outside. So what do they propose? That is to enlarge the road. If there is a problem in our modern cities about pedestrian and cities, we just double everything. And what happens is they destroy everything. In fact, this is a very traditional thing. It cannot fit with cars and pedestrians. So in fact, if we enlarge everything to have better access for the pedestrians, but we keep every shop and everything was supposedly in danger. In fact, this is what the citizens started to say. Landscape architecture, valorization of the environment, because the shrine is removed, is also the god of harvest. It's fantastic, but you need to go case by case. We might not be able to stay here forever, but you need to go case by case. You have architecture, landscape architecture, streetscape solution, but you need to come and discuss to us, because we might be able to understand, but you need to discuss to us. So they did environmental mediation, and we know that everywhere in the world. The little particularity of this project, they engage a philosopher in environmental ethics. So this is why in Korea, when I used to work with people, that we need to develop what is the Korean environmental ethics. What is being in Korea, what is living in Korea, what is thinking in Korea. So it started to work with people, but it started to work with what exactly people not just want, because citizens are not educated to be citizens, but what citizens may need. So they did lots of meetings, as you know that. The problem of this kind of meetings, that's what we know, it's produced this planning fatigue. Because us, experts, if we cannot translate the anger of people doing the design, the finally people exactly like in democracy, they finally consider this is a job, finally to do your project whatever you want. So the main problem of Toshio Kyoto, the philosopher, was to really make sure that each time, there is a result for the citizen to really see the result in their project. And they asked, it was 2-3 years ago when we did that, it was a moment when they came with the engineer, with the citizen, to do a proper urban planning study. They came with people to do the speed regulation, to finally help people to assume, to be responsible about the decision. Finally, to consider if there is an enlargement of the street, or if it's not possible to make parking or anything, they might be responsible because they do it with the engineer, and the engineer also have to explain this project. And it's finally make a consensus. You know, this is what we call the consensus building, and this is, I think this is the next target for the next generation of planners, how to make a consensus building, how to translate citizen resistance, environmental ethics in a new project, and not just coming back with the same model of green architecture. So they came on site again and again. They did the visit as an event, as a party. And they proposed many different studies. And finally, of course, it was not extremely surprising. It was a streetscape. They didn't invent the cold water, how do we say that? There is a pedestrian area, there is a respect, there is some place for people to have access direct from the car and the parking. They did many different kind of studies. They tried with the citizen also the quality of the paving. There is nothing revolutionary. In fact, everybody like that can assume any part of the participation. You know, it's also there is a program of top-down project was supposed to be participation, but because this is very complicated to engage people in citizen involvement. You bring people around the table, but people do not know exactly how to express their need, and us, experts, we don't know how to translate it. So finally, after many times, people are able to accept such a mistake. So they deal with the lighting designer, something very simple. The lighting designer had a fantastic design, but in front of the house, finally was disturbance, was an embarrassment for people. So in fact, step by step, this landscape architecture is better understanding how expert understands the nature of architecture. Came up with the very first day, and I will finish like that. The very first day, they didn't have to wait a month. The very first day, everybody from the city, like a tsunami, came to the city and just re-engaged a relation to the city. It was a very simple trick, a very simple technology, but in fact, this participation, this expertise worked immediately because it was finally how the city was constructed. This is also one extremely important person. You know him, in Korea. We do lots of social activism, lots of environmental ethics and projects, and always talk about the idea of the ownership, what we are trying to do today